Starters now for 3.16.1 just had a new patch on the PTU, 3.16.1D, in its march towards a live release. Let's look at the patch, the state of the PTU, as we ask when will 3.16 be live and what can we expect. For this latest patch there's been yet another derelict spaceships polish pass, so derelict spaceships are the new points of interest. I sort of incorrectly say new points of interest. They've repurposed some of the broken parts and the sort of destroyed parts of spaceships to make new points of interest on the ground is the idea, or updated ones that are on the ground with new mission types, laser trip mines, and generally more loot and stuff like that there. So it's much better for you to now search those areas a bit better. There's some jumping puzzles and things like that. They've also updated normal and rare loot crate rewards with healing items. Viz area lighting, collision, and texture have all had a polish pass in those areas. They've added derelict loot container animations, fixed multiple issues where trip mines were not present around derelicts. Those areas are getting more and more fleshed out, and hopefully we'll see actually more ships there beyond the Freelancer, Starfarer, and Caterpillar. Not only really they've been using the Caterpillar in the sort of new updated points of interest that they've got going, but hopefully that will expand out to a lot more very soon. There's been a quantum travel polish pass. They made additional stability fixes that should help quantum travel engage more consistently, which is good to hear. Bugs wise, they've fixed an issue that was not allowing players to interact with party members on the front end menu, an issue causing players to see extremely bright flashing lights around gas clouds near space stations, an issue causing players to become stuck in the queue to respawn at an ICU indefinitely, which is something both me and my editor Zin saw at least once, that bug, which is really annoying because we had to fiddle around with our accounts for ages to get it fixed, and they fixed 2 server crashes. We do still have some known issues, and a lot of these are, I would say, relatively major. They need to get them solved ASAP for the live build. It is possible that some servers may stop updating their mission offerings. If the issue persists, try leaving the server, waiting a few minutes and rejoining the PU, or changing region. Obviously not ideal, and you can't have that in a live build. Attempting to log back into a ship bed may result in a long loading screen before being sent back to the menu with a 30k error. Players will experience positional desync with one another after they've died and respawned. This latest build has logging enabled to help track this down. Many mineable asteroids can't be scanned. Spawn closets do not recognize unconscious AI and close the door on them, which can sometimes mean that you can't complete certain missions because you need to kill one more NPC and the door's closed because he was knocked out and now he's woken up again. Ships sometimes won't appear in the Vehicle Manager app unless the player spawns the ship first and then spawns a different ship afterwards, and only then will the ship appear in the Vehicle Manager app. Logging out from the Reliance ship bed and back in will cause the Reliant to be in a flight mode and the player to be stuck inside in the ship sleeping area. You can't repair, refuel, and restock at the planetary space stations. Now, I haven't actually experienced that bug, but maybe I've not needed to restock my ship. Maybe I've literally just avoided it somehow. Characters' heads, mobiGlass, and other equipment are missing after being released from Klesha, the prison. Ships may despawn after player death instead of staying at their last location, which isn't great if you want to rob them or loot them or assault them. Hammerhead doors to turrets may not open for players if they leave the seats during quantum travel, trapping them inside, which is obviously not great. So, like I said, some of those are pretty major and do need to be solved before a live build, otherwise you're going to have a whole host of problems, because especially at the moment, and when we're effectively in a 3.15, well, moving on to 3.15.2 type build, because 3.16 is just is part of the 3.15 branch, oddly, because they didn't branch 3.16 off into its own branch because they didn't have time. So we're in a state where the game's actually pretty stable and pretty performant, and you don't want to then go back in terms of sort of accessibility, performance, or stability. So I think it's an interesting thing, an interesting unique issue for an alpha that Cloud Imperium have got here. But yeah, Xenothreat playtests, they've gone extremely well over the weekend, despite the Javelin capital ship actually being missing, which is, you need to defend that. It's crucial to the mission, really, and it's certainly required to make sense of what's going on. But I am expecting them to be able to get that in and sorted pretty easily. And I'm expecting 3.16.1 to go live within a week or so. And you can probably expect Xenothreat 3.0 to go live soon after that, probably with a ship sale. 3.16.1 is likely going to have that new consolidated Outland Hoverbike 2. There'll be like a little mini sale for any ships that have got updated for any reason. Stability-wise, the patch is actually fantastic. I have not had a crash for the whole of my 3.16.1 PTU experience, though I can only, as I said, talk about mine and Zin's experience with that, so might be a mixed bag with other people, but the best I've ever had. Performance is also, again, fantastic. Really, really loving the performance and stability of this patch. Also, for those of you asking, I'm not expecting a persistent database reset with 3.16.1, and probably not for 3.17 either. That said, it is up to Cloud Imperium, and they will do what they need to do. I am expecting Cloud Imperium to run the Jump Town and Ninetales events again, but after Xenothreat 3.0 is over, most likely. Star Citizen does have a focused gameplay issue sometimes, where certain content isn't tested enough, at least in my opinion, as there is sort of better and more profitable things to do in-game. Why would you test weak ships out when there's like a meta ship or something you can do that will give you more fun or make you be making a load more money or whatever. So focusing on just one event at a time seems sensible for testing, but obviously eventually we want dozens of dynamic events in the future, and also at some point testing lots of events together to see, well, are certain events just avoided because, well, they're not profitable enough, or it then allows you to balance those a bit better. So there's lots of different types of testing that they can do and should do. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. I'm keenly awaiting the monthly reports to go live, so we can get some videos out on those, because there should be a huge amount of development information there for both Squadron 42 and the Persistent Universe, and we'll do at least a video on each of those. Are you excited for Alpha 3.16.1 and Xenothreat 3.0? Have you been playing in the PTU? What have your experiences been like? Do you think we'll see 3.16.1 at the end of this week or next? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What is best in life? To crush your enemies? To see them driven before you? And to hear the lamentations of their women? No, of course not. It's NordVPN. I never saw Conan the Barbarian checking his bank balance and then watching some cool shows on Netflix, all while protecting his privacy and being super secure. To be honest, I can't even remember Conan wearing a shirt. Silly Conan. And now, a big old snake god's got your internet history. Good job. Don't be a Conan the Barbarian. Check out NordVPN. Links below for powerful discounts too. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For January 2022, it's for a Drake Cutlass Steel, a light assault dropship variant of the Cutlass, perfect for attacking Jumptown and similar narcotic processing areas. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that Star Citizen ship is comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details down below. If you would like to further support the channel, consider clicking the join button under my videos or becoming a Patreon. Comments, suggestions, likes and shares all help the channel massively too, so always feel welcome to share your opinion or feedback. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.